See, at this I work with the pan now, we can't talk about that. Yeah, man.
You have good job.
Yeah, morning. No, I watch it.
No, it's gonna go because the office and it's sitting there. Everything lands. All the paper and everything gone. I will be there now.
Soda.
So, inside the classroom?
Everything gone, yeah, so.
That's the library.
It was a jam and all.
Not to mention.
Yo. When you tell me about when you talk to me, you know have to tell me cool politics. You just tell me how you feel about this and what kind of disaster you think it is.
I last night one for you.
I
am Teddy Blake, JP, past student of this institution, Leeds Primary and Infant School. My feeling about the whole situation is that PEP exam is this month, the 19th and the 20th. Many of our students will be out for a few days because of this situation. But however, we have to look into situations where whenever things are reported to the ministry, electrical problems, the ministry needs to pay serious attention to these things because as we see today, we don't know if it's electrical short circuit or what, but from my understanding, there were reports that the school was having some challenges with electrical problem. So we need to look into these matters as a ministry so that these things doesn't occur elsewhere.
So,
Thank you.
what will this fire now do to the community knowing that half of the school is low?
Well, I think what is going to happen, many of the students will have to stay home. Parents who don't have it will have to now spend money to have persons to look after their kids. I myself have to be going to pay somebody to stay home with my child while I go off to work this morning.
How should I office this principal?
These are the principal and office, yeah. The office and the principal office.
Mm.
You have the library,
Miss.
library next door, the staff room. Huh? Wow,
Get to first bit and get to
no, no.
Angela, the school.
Okay.
The school, Angela. Just make up your mind. Yeah. Once. Ode.
No man is got
Morning, guys. I know it's. We don't want to get you. Are you the principal? No. So, this community, what you do? All right. Aye. Identify yourself.
Yeah, good morning. Delroy Slowly, Member of Parliament for St. Elizabeth North Eastern. I'm here this morning. It's a very sad day in our history in the community and at Leeds Primary School here. This is my past school, and my heart is bleeding. Believe me, my heart is bleeding. And to see what has happened here, the school has been one area, and the main area, which is a staff room, the principal's office, and an entire block almost has been gutted by fire. Fire started sometimes last night, and the fire team are here doing their own cooling on operations. What I'm happy to say though is that no life has been lost. We have not had any casualty. That's something good. And also on a brighter side, the grade 6 students will be able to continue their classes right away because they're having exams coming up. And so one block, which is okay, we're going to be able to have the grade 6 students coming into classes. Everything is okay on that side. I'm in touch with Minister Dana Moritz also, and she has committed that in terms of in lieu of the situation as in fire, they are able to go to emergency procurement, enabling assistance to the school as soon as possible. So as soon as the team arrives, which we're expecting them to arrive shortly, they'll be doing their assessment and to see how quickly we can get things going. But on a good note, as I said, the grade 6 students who have exams coming up, they'll be able to have face-to-face sessions just about within another day or two and be able to conduct their classes. But for the other students, along this block here, they won't be able to, I believe, unless we find some alternative ways of getting. But it's a really sad day in our history right here in the Leeds community, and for all the students present and past students for the Leeds Primary School. Very sad day.
Why? Me no know me do no, honest to God, me no know me do.
To ministry already about electrical shortage and something. But the ministry don't pay them no.
The next week, you know?
They pay. Me have him, man. Your name and place?
Yes, I am Christine Dawkins Beadle, Principal, Leeds Primary and Infant School.
Or you feeling that moment?
Sir, I don't know how to tell you I'm feeling. My body is trembling. That should explain a whole lot right now. My mind is clouded.
Now that this happened, what will be the plans going forward and how does this affect the school?
Well, as you can see, this is really a big setback for us. PEP is around the PEP is next week. All our documents are destroyed. The staff room, the office where everything is, all the documents are kept, the library which was just renovated. School is basically shut down because the electricity is gone. And as you can see, the classrooms are very dark. So right now, with PEP around the corner, we have to look forward and focusing on grade 6 children. We're going to be having schools. I've already informed the teachers that schools should be kept online. So we are using the online platform as of today.
But the
grade 6 will be coming, right, will be coming in. So as I said last night when I was here, when we come today, make our assessment, we will see how best we can go forward, who we can accommodate and who we can't. But we have to, grade 6 definitely will have to take priority right now.
Was there any problem with the school, electricity or anything like that?
Yes, we've been experiencing low voltage for a while now. The electrician lives here basically. Even the other day over there had no electricity. The morning of PEP, he had to be here. So, it's just unfortunate right now. It's really just unfortunate. You hear of these things happening elsewhere, but when it hits home, it hits home hard, very hard.
Okay, then which section was damaged?
So the office, the staff room, the library, and the classroom.
Other areas along the block has been affected, but those areas were gutted.
Yes, there's nothing left in the office, the staff room, or the library, as you can see. The library was just renovated. All the books are there. Everything is gone. The teachers work so hard. They put murals on the wall just to accommodate the children. We're starting up our reading sessions. As you know, literacy is always a big deal. Everything is gone. Starting from scratch. This is like starting from scratch. Not to mention records. When you can replace buildings, you cannot replace records. So it's just hard. Yes, we're preparing for NEI. We've been, putting away things for that occasion. Because NEI is coming, you don't want to wait and overnight to start preparing. Everything is gone. It's just hard. It's really hard.
But we're gonna get through. We're gonna get through.
Where are you from?
My name is Chantel Barrett. I'm from Leeds.
Yes. How does this fire at the school affect you and your students?
Impact me very negatively Students, teachers, the community, everyone is impacted. Such a sad situation. Um, it's a big
Will this affect the community and a whole?
it will affect the community very negatively. Teachers, students, everybody. Very sad situation. Very sad situation.
So you have students here, teacher said they will be going back online. What will happen?
So yes, I have two children here. One is in grade 5, one is at the kindergarten. But for the one in kindergarten, I think she'll be okay. But for the grade 5, not every student learn well online. I have that personal experience with my son with the COVID online. They don't really learn much, and not everyone has internet. And online gives always have internet problem. So very negatively they'll be impacted. Yes, and the prep students, everyone.
Because even people that
All right, okay.
After 11, I was at home with my mother, and I heard my mother say fire, and I ran out. When I came out, the principal office and noticed the principal office had caught fire. It spread from there. I called my coworker who actually called the fire station, and that was when persons noticed that the school was on fire when the fire brigade came. When they came, there wasn't anything they could save. Everything already engulfed in fire.
So you're actually the first person here.
Yes,
How will
and
this fire now affect the community and students?
students mostly because persons are preparing for PEP for next week, and this will be a setback for them. The online classes, not every student can learn due to network problem, but the community will actually help to build it back. It's a sad situation, but they will help.
Um, yes.
Christopher, right.
And you're from Leeds.
Yeah, man.
What are you doing here now?
Clean up, every start do the cleaning up.
So how will this affect the community and the whole? This is your school that you went to.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Foundation.
so how will this affect the community?
Bad, man. Bad. Sure, sir. Have to start back from scratch again. Everything burn up. All papers work hard.
We are trying to help on this.
Yeah, man. Right.
Right. identify yourself and tell me how you feel about this disaster here.
Well, I'm a past student of this school for many, many years now, but Miss Elsie Hamilton was the principal. I was just here looking at the tank and the old latrine them, and I remember the days. But when I heard this morning, I said to my friends, the cops come and go and go look. Because history is in brother. And I thought it was more disastrous than this. I'm glad we see I'm good. 3 classrooms get damaged, you know. But the district, yeah, and many more people there will affect me here, home and abroad, you know, brother. Because the schools at this, my friend told me, this school, Leeds School, was the only earlier school what was a boarding school. Because the amount of kids used to live over by Miss Elsie Hamilton house. So that's the greatness of the school. We have some great icons come out of the school there, including myself there too. Anyhow, it's a disaster. I would like to say urgent repair. For the kids them sake, you know. For the kids them sake. So we are called upon the powers that be. Do what they can do for we. We need it, brother. We need it. Thank you, sir.
Just identify yourself and tell me about your name.
My name is Zuleika Jess, Zuleika. I am the Member of Parliament caretaker for Northeastern St. Elizabeth.
You are here to see some disaster at Leeds. How do you feel about something like this?
To be totally honest with you, I was very, very surprised when I got the call. I was actually at the gym early this morning when I heard that the school was on fire, and so I just left and came here and realized that there has been almost total destruction of the staff room, the library, the principal's office. We know that the records for a number of the students would have been destroyed in the fire, and so it's really a devastating moment. We're just trying to see how best we can come together and do what we can do to ensure that the educational aspect isn't disrupted totally. So I'm actually going to be leaving here and heading to Santa Cruz to see how I can get some solar lighting so that the classrooms can be lit and the students can actually be able to continue their learning. We know that they would have just been coming back from the midterm break today, and so clearly this has caught everybody by surprise. The parents are on the outside in shock, in total dismay, but I know that the principal is actually a very resilient and very, very dedicated principal, along with the members of staff. So I'm very confident that we will all work together to ensure that there is a smooth transition, notwithstanding the fire.
Thank you.
One person, sir.
I am Superintendent Kimar Brooks, Divisional Commander for the parish of St. Elizabeth.
Yes, sir. Can you say what happened here, sir?
At approximately 11:55 p.m., the Santa Cruz Fire Station received and responded to a fire at the Leeds Primary School. On our arrival, we observed that a section of the eastern wing was fully engulfed in flames. We quickly got into operation utilizing 2 medium-sized jets, and within 10 minutes, the fire was confined to a specific area of the eastern wing. After another hour into our operation, the fire was fully extinguished. While carrying out our cooling down exercise, we realized that significant damages were done to the principal's office, the staff office, the library, and a classroom. Had it not been for our quick response, it could have been far worse. The estimated loss is $50 million. However, the cause of the fire is yet to be determined. As soon as my fire investigator finish, this information will be made known.
They find all of them is something there in the fridge. I secret and the fire go through the fridge. So I wonder if it's good. And it's still hard, you know?
Yes, they eat. We're back.
So I see in a box set. Let me see it. We don't find them are still good. So you find out it good now?
Avril call, it's about that to one last time I tell him. Come. Eh? Come. Ah, one time, we are sent time with their come from. That's funny.
They got to be.
Well, the amount of struggle me go through, God must make me special.
Absolutely, very special. I reinforce that.
God help us, we don't have no crates, it's gonna be better if we had some crates. Yeah, instead of the bag. In there, yes, take up the middle, take up that, Oh, you're here again, oh God.
Go down here.
Oh, we're gonna put it.
So we can put it on here.
Yeah, put it.
Fire. Wow.
Sir, how are you?
Yeah, sir.
Anything that can be salvaged, mister? Hello, sir, how are you? See, we're here. Can't go to everybody right?
Any more? Yes, man. You have all of these things to come out, you know.
So some of these.
Take out
Take out all of these. There's some things in there we can just take up just take up all of those and put in the crate.
Just take your time. Just take your time. Because they have to go through. This is what they
You guys have to come and see me.
No try if you take up all of them one time. Take up it. For them, no say them crystal.
Mrs. Fleming, are you in here?
Yes, baby, I come here.
Come, Mrs. Fleming.
Oh, we have any more of those drawers that we can use?
Yes. Just take it. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Just like just
How do you feel about the support of the community?
Very, very good because, and you know something, I know that my parents are always behind me 100%, and it was so good even last night when I got here to see them behind me. This morning they were ready to start the cleaning up activity, but as I see, they couldn't have touched anything until the investigation is through. But I am really so happy to have my community, my parents behind me 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying. I'm here. Oh yeah, something like it. Yeah, but now we put it on us. Right here.
Yes, come.
Together we stand.
Just started a season.
and the fact that they're just
So it's just a devil. And we know, but guess what? Sometimes you have to go get worse before you can get better.
Sir, can you identify yourself and say your position? Not because everybody knows, but yes.
Dr. Mark Smith, President of Jamaica Teachers Association.
And why are you here today, and where are you now?
Well, I'm here at the Leeds Primary and Infant, and I am here to lend support to the Jamaica Teachers Association, and I'm happy to be here with the principal and staff, as well as community members. And what I'm particularly delighted about is that several of our principals have come and shown their support. They've really come to rally in support of one of our colleagues and the children that would have been, extremely disrupted in terms of their education due to the article. If you're talking here.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Mark Smith.
Oh, let me quiet it.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Mark Smith, President of the Jamaica Teachers Association. I'm here with the principal of Leeds Primary and Infant School, and I am here, of course, sharing with the community members, the teachers, and also students in the extensive damage that has been done to the school. We are greatly saddened, and I bring warm greetings on behalf of the Jamaica Teachers Association and a pledge to support the school in the rehabilitation following a devastating fire last evening. The principal was on site from, I believe, as early as 12 midnight, with the fire department. I especially want to thank the fire brigade for the extraordinary work done in containing the fire and saving a significant part of the school. But this puts into context some of the challenges that we have been talking about repeatedly at the JTA, and that is the underinvestment in the infrastructure for school. In discussions with the principal, we have seen where there has been repeated calls for assistance regarding electrical upgrades of the school, and as a school principal I can talk about that. that is something that we need to look at. So we, in Jamaica, we tend to build, but we don't maintain. And we have to really move towards a policy of ensuring that our schools are effectively maintained to avoid this, because the amount of money you have to find to do this entire rehabilitation work is significantly more than had we just done the work necessary, But now is not the time for finger pointing, but what is important is that the ministry moves in an expeditious manner to ensure that the buildings can be restored to their former glory, so that we are able to have school as normal. And it's very close to the PEP exams, some of them have already started, and we want to ensure that as little disruption as possible. I am happy and hearing that the principal has already started to craft plans towards ensuring that school will be able to start, I believe, next week, based on some of your discussions, all things being equal.
As soon as tomorrow, really.
As soon as tomorrow,
yes.
Right.
Or
and
grade 6 children.
Grade 6, right, will be in, and I guess she'll stagger in the rest of the students. But it is great to see that there's so many principals that have also showed up to lend their support, and I want to thank them and all the other members. We have the parish president, Mr. Audley Fear, and other members of the executive of the JTA that are present, lending support. I want to make a personal pledge on behalf of the JTA that we will be offering some support to the school, particularly whereas their library, their staff room, the principal's office was devastated, as well as classrooms. And so we want to lend our support, and I make an appeal on behalf of the school to the business community and corporate Jamaica to come on board and assist. This is one of those schools that's going above and beyond the call of duty. I know the principal personally, and I know she is one of those that she never relents when it comes down to raising the bar, raising standards, and we have to do our best to ensure that Leeds is reconstituted, rehabilitated, so they can get along with the business of work.
Okay. Yeah.
There's another matter that I've raised, and that is the need that we need to do an audit of all the schools across the island and ensure that there are minimum standards when it comes on to the conditions under which students and staff operate. We have to be very mindful of the fact that in many of our schools, between the issues we have with termite damage, and many of our schools are just a termite bite away from collapsing, And so we have to ensure that at the end of the day, between the electrical issues, the termite issues, these things are tackled. We cannot be reactionary, we must be proactive to ensure that we avoid this, because it often costs significantly more to do the work when we have such devastating events like the fire last evening.
Thank you.